The last signal. The stars over Titan Station shimmered like broken glass. Commander Rian Holt leaned against a viewport, watching the faint blue glow of Saturn's rings ripple in the dark. The hum of the orbital generator was the only sound. The rest of his squadron, what remained of the Terran vanguard, was asleep or pretending to be. It had been 6 weeks since first contact with the Zolarians, an alien species that looked half human, half photonic. Their bodies glimmered with living light, and their speech hummed through frequencies no human ear could fully catch. The war began over a misunderstanding, something about territory, or perhaps fear. Either way, humanity was losing. Rian communicated to Pulse softly. Commander Holt, incoming message from Zolarian envoy. Priority channel. He frowned. The Zolarians had never contacted him directly. A soft projection flickered to life before him, a translucent figure shaped like a woman made of liquid light. She had luminous eyes and a faintly curious expression. "Human Commander," she said in perfect English, though her voice sounded like multiple tones woven together. "I am Lyra, envoy of the Zolarian Accord." Rian blinked. "I thought your kind didn't believe in talking before firing." "We evolve," she said, a faint shimmer of amusement crossing her features. "Your forces are brave, but you will not survive another orbital cycle if this continues." Rian gave a dry laugh. "So what? You're offering a truce." "A possibility," she replied, "but you must come alone." Coordinates transmitted. Then she vanished. He stared at the empty air. The coordinates pointed to a moonlit outside Titan's orbit, a dead rock with no atmosphere. A trap? Almost certainly. But something in her tone, curious, almost human, made him hesitate. Middle, the alien envoy. Rian's shuttle cut through Saturn's shadow, engines whispering. The little moon loomed ahead, cold and gray. He landed near a crystalline structure that pulsed faintly, like a living heart embedded in rock. Lyra stood there, surrounded by faintly glowing orbs. Her body radiated warmth despite the vacuum, photonic energy shimmering like sunlight caught in water. "You came," she said softly. Rian adjusted his helmet. "You said possibility of a truce." "I don't risk my life for maybes." "Perhaps you risk it for understanding," she said, stepping closer. "Your people fear us. We fear your unpredictability. But you are different." He scoffed. "Different how?" "You joke in the face of death." That caught him off guard. "You've been watching us." She nodded. "Your transmissions. Your humor fascinates us. Even in your war reports, you make jokes." Rian sighed. "Humor keeps her sane." She tilted her head. "Explain sane." He chuckled. "Never mind. You wouldn't get it." They talked for hours about culture, music, even the idea of friendship. Lyra was unlike any alien he had imagined. She was curious, gentle, and strangely lonely. Eventually, he removed his helmet, breathing the oxygen she'd synthesized for him inside a containment bubble. Her form brightened, light bending closer to him. "You risked exposure," she said, voice softer now. "You gave me air," he replied. "Guess that makes us even." Then, trying to break the tension, he smirked and said, "You can kiss me if you want to thank me properly." He expected her to tilt her head in confusion, maybe laugh, maybe not understand. Instead, her expression softened. And then, to his utter disbelief, she leaned forward and did it. Her light brushed his lips. Not heat, not electricity, but something deeper. A warmth that carried memory, emotion, fragments of alien thought. He saw flashes of entire worlds, stars dying, children made of starlight laughing under twin suns. He gasped and stumbled back, overwhelmed. Lyra looked at him, her glow dimming slightly. Was that wrong? He was speechless. No. Just unexpected. She smiled faintly. Among my people, sharing essence is sacred. You offered. I accepted. He laughed, rubbing his face. Yeah, remind me not to make jokes like that again. Perhaps, she said softly, make more of them. Middle 2, the bond. After that day, everything changed. Rian kept returning to that desolate moonlit. Each meeting lasted longer. She showed him Zalarian history, architecture made of living glass, songs that resonated through gravity itself. In return, he told her about Earth, oceans, laughter, coffee, and old love songs. They were both emissaries now, though neither officially said so. Each saw the other's people differently. But war didn't stop. When Command learned he'd been in contact with the enemy, they ordered him to cut communication immediately. He refused. They branded him a traitor. By the time he returned to Titan Station, Terran cruisers were preparing for an all-out assault on the Zalarian fleet. He tried to warn them that the Zalarians were ready to negotiate, but no one listened. And then, the stars lit up with fire. The Battle of Titan lasted only an hour. The Terran fleet was obliterated. Rian barely escaped in a damaged shuttle, only to be pulled aboard a Zalarian rescue vessel. Lyra stood over him as med drones repaired his shattered ribs. You risked everything for peace, she said quietly. Your people call you traitor. Mine call me foolish for trusting you. He grinned weakly. Guess we're both idiots. Her light flickered in a pattern he recognized now, a smile. Idiots can still change the stars. Ending, the gift of light. Months passed. Rian remained among the Zalarians as humanity licked its wounds. He became a bridge, half prisoner, half diplomat. The Zalarian High Council demanded he share Earth strategies, but Lyra always intervened, shielding him. One night, if you could call time under Twin Moon's night, Lyra found him sitting by the crystalline lake of their capital world, Sereth Prime. Your world will not forgive you, she said. Maybe not, Rian replied, but maybe my world need to hate me before it learns peace. She stood beside him, her form pulsing faintly. You taught me something, Rian Holt. That connection does not weaken. It transforms. He looked at her, and for once, he didn't try to hide what he felt. You taught me something, too, that sometimes light feels like home. Then, before he could say another word, her glow brightened, surrounding him completely. What are you doing? He asked. You cannot survive long here, but I can share part of my essence if you accept. He remembered that first kiss, the warmth, the visions. You mean that soul-sharing thing? Yes, you will live, part human, part Zalarian, but you must choose. He hesitated only a second. Do it. Her light enveloped him, and his vision went white. When he awoke, he could breathe Zalarian air. His skin faintly glowed. He felt her presence inside his mind, calm, luminous, eternal. Lyra, he whispered. Her voice echoed within him. Always. From that day on, the humans no longer called him Commander Holt. They called him the Bridge, the man who crossed species, worlds, and hearts to stop a war. And sometimes, when the young cadets asked him how the peace treaty began, he'd smile faintly and say, It all started with a joke. I said, You can kiss me. But she actually did. The end.